Hey, shalom, shalom. All right. Before I get started with this lesson today, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right. Now, in this lesson today, all right, Lord willing, the title of this lesson will Be Spiritually Versatile. All right, again, be spiritually versatile. All right, and being versatile as pertaining to this truth, all right, is a very good, all right, trait to have in this truth. All right, speaking to myself first and foremost, that being versatile is something we should all pray for. All right, to in this truth, to have in this truth. But I just want to go into this word versatile, all right, in the Google definition, and apply this word, all right, to this truth in the spirit. All right, so with that being said, let's get straight into it. So this is the versatile, meaning Google. All right, the AI overview, it reads, versatile is an adjective that describes someone or something capable of adapting easily to many different functions, activities, or situations. It indicates a high level of flexibility, resourcefulness, and a broad range of uses or skills. All right. And as we're going to get into in the scriptures, all right, many, I'm going to get, two examples of men of the Lord, who showed, spiritual, who, showed being spiritually versatile. All right. So, let's get, all right, Philippians 4 and verse 12. Now, this is Apostle Paul speaking. It reads, Philippians 4 and 12, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. Let's read this in the NLT. It reads, I know how to live on almost nothing or everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little, for I can do everything through Hamashiach, Yahushai, who gives me strength. You see, so what Apostle Paul displayed here was spiritual, was being spiritually versatile. All right, no matter what situation he was in, whether he was, humbled and, doing bad, or whether he was, doing great and he was in a good position. He knew, all right, how to live. All right, and he knew when he was abased, all right, to be patient. All right, to suffer it. All right, he knew when he was up, all right, to, when he was up and he was doing good, how to, live like that in humility. All right, so Apostle Paul, he was, whatever condition he was in, he was, basically able to be content with the position that he was in. All right, and to live correctly in the position that he's in. All right, so whether he be abased, all right, and humble, all right, he still focused on the truth. All right, he didn't allow, all right, what he was going through, all right, to stray him from the path, all right, of Yahweh Shai. All right, or when he was doing good and he had abundance. All right, he knew how to act. He knew how to continue to do the works in humility. All right, serving Yahweh Shai. All right, so in the same thing, we should be in this truth, because we're going to have, all right, highs and lows in this truth. All right, but it's up to us how we're going to live when we're in our highs, how we're going to live when we're in our lows. You see, when we're in our low, are we going to continue to be patient, continue to call upon the Heavenly Father, and be content in the position that we're in? Or are we going to what? Bug out, all right, leave the truth, or whatever it may be. And that's where, being spiritually versatile comes in. You're able to adapt to any situation, whether you be doing good or doing bad. All right, and still continue, all right, to follow after Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right, to continue to live right. All right, Apostle Paul knew how to live right, whether he was doing good or doing bad. Some they start doing good, they start receiving money, all these benefits, and like to get a good job and everything, and they forget the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get Proverbs real quick. Let's get Proverbs 30 and 8. It reads, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. right? Lest I be full. And verse 8 is speaking of balance. All right, don't give me, all right, don't give me over to poverty, and don't give me over to, all right, great riches. It says, feed me with the food convenient for me, right? Give me my daily bread, all right, the bread of my necessity, right? Verse 9, it reads, lest I be full and deny thee, right? Now you doing good, you got great abundance. Now you just forget the Lord. All right, and that's what our people, our forefathers, all right, when they came into the land, they had great abundance, and they was doing good, and they forgot the Lord, and they started serving idols. You see, we shouldn't be like that in this truth. All right, Apostle Paul, he knew when he was up to stay humble and to continue following after Yahweh Shai. It says, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Right, you forget the Lord and you start serving yourself and serving idols. It says, or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of thy God in vain. Right, the Lord ain't gonna allow us to be, destitute. All right, eating out of a trash can, homeless. You see, the Lord's gonna take care of our every needs. He's gonna take care. He's gonna give us our daily bread in His truth. All right. And even if you were in a condition where you were low, guess what? You still have to live the proper way. Apostle Paul knew how to live the right way, where he was abased, when he was humble. You see? But yeah, that was pretty much it. You see, so just it's all about, being spiritually versatile. All right, being content and able to adapt to whatever situation that you're in. All right, and I'm just applying that word versatile in this truth. All right, because we're going to have highs and lows in this truth. As it says in Ecclesiastes, Lord willing, we get that. Matter of fact, we'll just get it right now. Since I mentioned it, let's get Ecclesiastes. 2 and verse 1. It reads, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. You see, so when you come into this truth, you're going to be tempted. You're going to be tried. You're going to suffer many things. All right? And that's just a part of this walk. It says, set thy heart upright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. So when you're going through the temptation, when you're going through the suffering, all right, endure it. All right, be patient in it. And that's being versatile. No matter what situation you're in, whether it be high or low, you're able to be patient. All right, when you're in the lowest state, all right, and to be humble when you're in the highest state. All right, and to continue to live right. All right, to know how to live, all right, being in these conditions. All right, it says, I'll give verse 4. Here's the point I want to make. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So whatever is brought upon you, whether it be good or bad, take it cheerfully. And that's being versatile. All right. Able to adapt to whatever situation that you're in and to continue to be content, continue to endure it. All right. And it says, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Apostle Paul, he said he mastered this. All right. He was able to master being abased and being abounding and to abound. He mastered to live correctly in both situations. All right, to be patient when he's in the lowest state and to be humble when he's in the highest state and continue to serve the Lord, man. Let's get Job, because another example is Job. All right, Job 2 and verse 9. I'm going to read this in the NLT. Job 2 and 9, here it reads, his wife said to him, are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse the Most High and die. Right, because this was after, Job, had lost everything. He was being abased. You see? But what did Job say after, his wife told him, all right, to curse the Most High and die? Verse 10, it reads, but Job replied, you talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the hand of the Most High and never any bad thing? And never anything bad? So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. You see, so Job even understood that we receive good and bad things from the hand of the Heavenly Father. And that's how the Heavenly Father is. He's about balance. We can't just have all good in our life, and we can't just all have bad in our life. It's a balance. It's a proper balance. In this walk of ours, in this walk, in this truth. You see, but Job, through being abased, because before, he was abased, to the position that he was in, in Job, the 2nd chapter, when he was abased, before he was abounding. He had great riches. He had many children. He had great abundance. You see, but that was all taken away from him. All right. And even when he had the great abundance, Job, he kept his integrity. He still served the Lord. He didn't forget the Lord because he had great abundance. He was waxed fat. You see, and even when he was set low, he was abased. He still maintained his integrity, man. So that's him being spiritually versatile. All right. He's able to adapt to whatever situation he's in and live correctly. All right. Job, he kept his integrity. Yeah, Job, he complained, but that's all of us in the flesh. All right. This flesh has nothing but complaints. We're in the flesh. You see, but at the end, Job still kept his integrity. He still lived the right way, just as Apostle Paul said, I know how to live, whether I be abounding or abased. Just like Job. Job knew how to live, whether he be abounding or abased. All right, he kept his integrity. All right, in the Heavenly Father, and in the end, the Heavenly Father, he abounded him. He allowed him to abound again. All right, and Job continued to keep his integrity in the Lord, even when he was started abounding again. He didn't forget the Lord. You see, so that's pretty much it. I just want to get those two examples of men of the Lord who we look up to, in His truth today, on how they were spiritually versatile. All right, how they were versatile in His truth. All right, to basically be content in whatever position they find themselves in this world, in this walk of truth, serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. The same thing for us, man. All right, and speaking to myself first and foremost. All right, I hope, and all of you brothers and sisters, I hope that me and all you brothers and sisters can, be spiritually versatile, and basically just accept whatever condition we're in and continue to live right. All right, to be be able to adapt to any situation that we find ourselves in this truth, but hopefully hopefully this lesson was edifying to you believers of the hopeful elect out there, you brothers and sisters out there. But with that, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rechakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect.